MrBeast's right-hand man has just turned into a... Imagine turning into a fucking and then purporting this message to millions of young children.
Tyson is a member of the YouTube channel MrBeast, who was also one of the people who created the channel back in 2012 with Jimmy. Since then, the channel has had an explosive growth, currently on the path to reach 200 million subscribers by this year. But with success comes backlash, and MrBeast has had plenty of that. Some of this criticism sparked on Twitter after he posted videos curing blind and deaf people, but the biggest case resulted after Chris came out to the world regarding their transition, causing an enormous uproar and target of hate towards both Chris and MrBeast. I myself have noticed that since this, things have just only gotten worse. When I was watching stories from my friends on Snapchat, I began to notice a pattern of those terrible articles filled with like 800 ads, clickbaiting and lying about this situation, making claims such as MrBeast firing Chris, which just straight up never happened, to other just complete bullshit. But before the video begins, a few words from today's channel sponsor, Atlas VPN. It's no secret that when browsing the net or even scrolling social media, that your data is being uploaded and stolen by hackers. That's why Atlas VPN and I have teamed up to help provide a safe fix to keep you safe, while also offering epic bonuses such as browsing different Netflix regions to access shows that might not be available in your country. Psst, I've heard that all the Harry Potter movies are currently on Netflix UK, just letting you know. Atlas VPN also makes you aware of hackers trying to steal your data and even notifies you beforehand, as well as offering you discounts on hotels, flights and streaming services such as Netflix and Spotify, and providing this service on unlimited devices. So you're sorted then. But what's the catch? Well, I'm glad you asked, because there isn't one. By signing up in the pinned comment below, it means you can get a 3-year subscription for less than $1.99 a month. But wait, what if you don't like it? Well, stress not, because they also have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Time is running out though, so be sure to get this deal by clicking the link in the description below. Back in mid-2022, people began to notice that Chris began to experiment different styles, specifically getting their nails painted for the first time, something that Carl, another member of MrBeast, had done too. I know, getting their nails painted, so shocking. Like, if you genuinely spend your time getting frustrated and mad that people paint their fucking nails, then I don't think that's very masculine of you, honestly. It's alright though, just wait till they find out that the writer of American Psycho is gay. But for real, people actually started this dumb rumor that Carl wearing nail polish influenced Chris to turn trans or gay. I know plenty of straight friends who had worn nail polish before and still currently, because, you know, it can be sort of a band thing, but often people just wanna, you know, fuck around and experiment. Chris then made an appearance at the Kids' Choice Awards with a feminine appearance. Shortly after this, Chris would take to Twitter to announce that they were taking HRT, hormone replacement therapy, for 2 months. Now, I'll defend Chris for their transition, don't get me wrong, but people rightfully were concerned when they pulled up some old tweets from Chris ranging from Islamophobia to transphobia as well. Not only this, but videos of Chris saying the N-word as well as some other disturbing pedophilia type tweets. I should add that it's been addressed that the last two were apparently taken out of context, the 4-year-old one being an edgy Joji song, but I couldn't find an explanation for this one apart from a rough guess that it was a dumb edgy tweet. These tweets go further though with racism and just nasty stuff. As far as I'm aware, Chris hasn't addressed these yet. Yes, they were back in 2016 and 2017, but still, I'm not defending him for these at all, and it would be very hypocritical for me to skim over this and ignore the moments because they happened and it doesn't paint her in the best light regarding her past. What I've noticed though is a rise of people making deep dive videos on the topic, but some of these videos get way too personal to the point of doxing. Take this video for example, where a creator finds Chris's mum's Facebook account and leaves the name completely unblurred, as well as where she works and even the place she lives too, alongside other family and friends in the comment sections too. Regardless of your opinion on the situation, resurfacing posts from someone's beliefs that have nothing to do with his situation at all is just weird and wrong. Another point people seem to express concern about is the fact that Chris's wife and son are having to deal with this, and that their son is going to grow up without a father figure in his life. The first thing I'll say is that this relationship and engagement are between two people, them. Also, assuming that Chris won't be a good parent to their kid is just an assumption. You don't know what she's like behind closed doors. But Chris himself took to Twitter to counter this claim that her son begs for them to come home when they're out filming. Chris also came under backlash for posting a Snapchat story of her son wearing heels. I'm willing to half defend people on this, only because after some research into it, heels are quite damaging for kids growing up physically, and it does face the risk of injury. It's said that roughly age 14 to 16 is a suitable age, but other sites suggest earlier, 10 to 12. Chris posted this because they wanted to try and fight against the hate that they were receiving, which they've been criticised by both sides for handling immaturely. An example of this came after Chris DM'd a Twitter user by the handle Yoxix threatening legal action over a tweet they claimed to be defamation. Definitely a nasty tweet, don't get me wrong, but I would agree that it probably wouldn't fall under defamation. Chris then replied to a tweet claiming "see you in court" with a photo of MrBeast. Then shortly after, Yoxix would receive a DM from Chris saying that they were just messing around and that they hoped they got the joke, to which he replied saying that he wasn't messing and that he doesn't fuck with Chris. Chris then responded again claiming that the feeling was mutual and that he was just leeching off her coming out and general transition for clout. I also came across this channel which, oh boy, it's full of quality content, you know, such as my mum reacts to Tate out of prison. It's full of quality content. But I found a video posted recently in which a mother and son reacts to Chris, and it's just straight up cringe.
What is it with celebrities always dressing like psychopaths once they get some fame? All of them. They all start dressing gay and shit. Like
they
most of them.
just constantly need more and more and more attention is my guess. I'm not a psychologist. I don't understand the whole obsession with wanting to just have to always have something.
No, but
it's
always
put in the news.
Normal dudes, and then they go to painting their nails and wearing dresses.
Oh my god, Harry Styles wore a dress. This is so shocking. Why do you care so much? Like, who gives a fuck if he wears a dress? This then led to Chris taking to Snapchat to address the hate and claim that they weren't that bothered by it.
My favorite thing to do is to respond when people are like, "You'll never be a woman." I'll be like, "And you'll never be a man. You'll always just be a little tiny boy just screaming on the internet. Real men go outside and do things with their lives. You're just on Snapchat. Not you. The people who are being mean. You're nice. I like you."
Overall, MrBeast has been very vocal in his support for his friend and has told people mostly to get on with it and stop the hate. I do think that Chris needs to address her past tweets because it doesn't paint her in a totally innocent light in this situation. And as I said, people have just made complete bullshit up, such as Jimmy unfollowing Chris, which just never happened at all. But that's sort of where the video ends now. But like I said, right now Atlas VPN is running a huge discount. It means you can get a 3-year subscription for less than $1.99 a month, with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So make sure you get the deal by clicking the link in the description below. I'm gonna keep an eye out on this situation, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.